God says, very good news is coming for you. It may not seem clear yet, but something is already shifting behind the scenes. There is an emergency in the unseen, a divine urgency for your breakthrough. You may have stumbled upon these words thinking it's just another moment, but heaven is watching closely, and this message carries weight, comfort, and a promise written in mercy. The winds of change are blowing gently now, but they will soon stir mightily in your favor. The sadness you've carried quietly, the weight in your chest that no one sees, the silent prayers you whisper before falling asleep, none of that has been ignored. Type Amen if you believe. There are seasons in life when everything feels still, where the silence of God feels louder than thunder. But silence doesn't mean absence, and waiting doesn't mean abandonment. Every tear you've cried is noticed. Every sigh you've breathed when no one was around has been heard. God is not late, and He is not distant. He is near, and His timing is perfect. Something powerful is coming for you, not earned, not forced, but given freely because He loves you beyond all human understanding. Imagine a child sitting by the window, staring at a storm outside. The thunder rolls, and the trees bend, but the child is safe inside, wrapped in a warm blanket, held by a loving parent. That is how God sees you right now. Even if your world feels like it's trembling, He is sheltering you. You are not alone in your worry. You are not forgotten in your struggle. His plan is unfolding even when the path ahead looks uncertain. There are people reading this who have been trying to hold everything together with trembling hands. You've smiled in front of others, but in private, you've asked God, "How much more can I take?" He heard you. He has not forgotten His promise. This message found you for a reason. There are no accidents with God. This is not just a gentle reminder, this is a holy nudge from the heart of heaven, whispering to your soul that change is already in motion. Type 1111 if you trust in God. It may feel like things have been delayed, but in God's timing, nothing is ever late. His blessings are never rushed and never missed. What He is preparing for you cannot be stolen, and it cannot be stopped. Just as the soil hides the seed while it grows quietly beneath the surface, your miracle is growing even when you can't see it. God is moving mountains you didn't even know were in your way. His angels are already clearing paths, healing wounds, mending what was broken, and restoring what was lost. There is a tenderness in God's heart for you that never fades, even on your worst days. He doesn't love the future version of you, He loves you now. Right here, in this very moment, with all your flaws, your fears, and your questions. He's not waiting for you to become perfect before He steps in. He is stepping in because He loves you too much to leave you where you are. A breakthrough is coming not because you've earned it, but because you are His, and He is faithful to His promises. You might have thought your story was over. You may have accepted that certain things would never happen for you. But God is writing a new chapter. He's not finished with you. Not now. Not ever. That ache in your chest, that longing you feel for something more, it's not foolishness. It's not desperation. It's the Spirit stirring your heart to hope again. Don't let go of that hope. Even if it's fragile. Even if it's flickering like a candle in the wind. God can use even the smallest spark of faith to light up the darkest night. Let His peace cover you like a blanket. Let it settle over your anxious thoughts, over your racing heart. Let His voice be the one you hear above the noise. A voice that says, "You are mine, and I'm not done yet." Your story is being written with love, with grace, and with purpose. And every chapter ahead will hold more beauty than the ones behind. If you feel like giving up, please wait a little longer. This message came to you because heaven knew your heart was tired. But God is not. He is strong when you are weak. And He is carrying you through this season with gentle arms. There's no need to prove yourself. Just rest in the truth that you are loved, and help is coming. Mercy is coming. Joy is coming. Miracles are coming. Let your heart lean into this moment. You're not behind. You haven't missed it. You're right where God can find you, and He already has. This is your sign. Not by chance. Not by luck. But by divine appointment. The emergency isn't panic. The emergency is heaven pouring blessings down on those who are weary. The good news is real. The time is near. And your name is written on the miracle that's about to arrive. But now, something sacred is stirring. God is placing something beautiful in motion, something only He can do. You don't need to understand how it will happen, you just need to keep walking in trust. You are not forgotten. You are not left behind. He has seen every moment of your journey, and nothing has been wasted. Every struggle has been cradled in His hands. Type 222 if you believe His timing is perfect. There's a reason your heart has been restless. You have been in a waiting room of grace, where the world outside seems to move forward while you remain still. But heaven is not still. God has been working even in your silence, preparing a harvest of joy for every seed of faith you have planted in tears. The door you've been knocking on is about to open, not because you forced it, but because the one who holds the key is now unlocking it. A powerful 7-second morning ritual, once hidden in CIA files, is resurfacing, and people are already seeing fast financial breakthroughs. It takes only seconds, yet activates a dormant wealth center in the brain most people never access. Click the link in the description and comments now. Access it before it disappears. Many days you've prayed and heard nothing in return. And yet you still showed up, still whispered, "Thank you," when it hurt, still hoped in the dark. That matters. It mattered more than you know. God does not overlook the faith of the quiet-hearted, the ones who love without applause, who believe without needing to see. You are precious to Him. Not because of what you've done, but because of who He is. And He has chosen to bless you in ways that will leave you breathless. You've walked through places that felt empty, through moments that seemed pointless. You've wondered why the joy others have found never seemed to reach your door. But everything changes when God steps in. And He is stepping in now, not with noise, but with power. He is rewriting the next part of your life, not with erasure of the past, but with redemption. Everything the enemy meant for harm, God is turning into good. Not someday. Now. You have been refined by fire, not burned by it. The pain did not break you, it shaped you. The delay did not destroy you, it deepened your faith. You've been stretched, but not shattered. You've been lonely, but not abandoned. And now, the same God who watched over you in the fire is calling you into the rain. Rain of healing, rain of grace, rain of restoration. You will not stay where you've been. You will rise, and you will walk into everything that has been promised. Type 555 if you trust Him with your life. Sometimes, we think we have to climb out of our sorrow on our own, but God comes and lifts us when we are too tired to move. He lifts us when we are done trying, when we have nothing left to give, when we've prayed our last prayer in a whisper. And it's in that quiet surrender that He works His greatest miracles. When your hands are open, and your heart is bare, He steps in and wraps His strength around you. Right now, He's holding your next chapter close to His heart. You may not see it yet, but the pages have already been written with mercy. Doors that were once locked are now being opened with grace. Relationships are being mended, bodies are being healed, fears are being silenced, and peace is returning like sunlight through the clouds after a long, stormy night. God is breathing hope into your dry bones. He is restoring everything that felt like it was gone forever. There's no need to pretend you're strong anymore. You don't have to carry all the weight alone. You've done enough. You've been faithful. You've endured more than you thought possible. And now, the season of weeping is giving way to the season of dancing. You will laugh again. You will feel light again. Not because life will be perfect, but because God's love will fill every gap, every crack, every scar with something eternal. The news coming to you is not just good, it is holy. It is soaked in God's love and timed by His perfect wisdom. It won't come a second too soon or a moment too late. It will come exactly when your heart is ready to receive, not only the blessing but the understanding of why it had to take this long. You will look back and see the fingerprints of grace on every part of your journey. You'll realize He was there when you thought you were walking alone. You are being called higher now, not to strive, but to trust. Not to fear, but to follow. Every step ahead may seem uncertain, but the hand that holds you is steady. You're not being rushed. You're being led with care. God is not finished with you. In fact, the most beautiful part of your life is about to unfold. You will be amazed at how everything comes together, not because of luck, not because of effort, but because of divine purpose. You didn't miss your chance. You didn't fall behind. You didn't lose what was meant for you. God has been holding it in safekeeping, waiting for the exact moment to release it. And that moment is drawing near. The pain you felt will not go to waste. The emptiness will be filled. The silence will be broken with songs of praise. And your heart will finally know peace, the kind of peace that only God can give. So, hold on a little longer. Don't walk away. Don't give up now. Everything is about to change. And when it does, you'll know that God was with you through it all. You'll smile again, not just with your lips, but with your soul. Because what's coming will be worth every single tear, every single prayer, every single silent night of waiting. What felt like delay was divine protection. What looked like silence was deep preparation. What appeared to be the end was actually the beginning of something far greater than you dared to hope for. You haven't been forgotten for even a moment. The miracle you thought passed you by has not been denied, it has only been delayed, and now it's on its way. Type 1212 if you walk by faith and not by sight. There is a kind of beauty that only comes after the breaking. A kind of peace that only shows up after the storm has passed. And there is a kind of closeness to God that's born in the moments when you have nothing left to hold on to but Him. He knows how hard it's been for you to keep showing up, to keep smiling, to keep praying when your heart felt tired. He knows the quiet bravery it took for you to trust Him even when you didn't feel Him near. And today, He wants you to know your faith has not gone unnoticed. You've seen others receive what you prayed for. You've clapped for blessings that passed by your door. You've whispered encouragement to others while wondering if your own time would ever come. That kind of faith, the kind that stays, that waits, that hopes, moves the heart of God. And now, after all the waiting, all the trusting, all the hoping, the good news is coming for you. It's not just an answer to your prayers, it's a love letter from heaven, written in mercy and signed with grace. A simple but powerful 7-second at-home ritual, it's hidden in CIA files for years, is now changing lives rapidly. Backed by neuroscience research, it can begin shifting your financial direction in just days. Click the link in the description and comments now and step into abundance today. There were days you almost gave up. Moments when your strength gave out, and your heart broke a little more. But still, you didn't walk away. Still, you kept a tiny spark of belief alive. That spark is everything. God doesn't need you to have it all figured out. He just needs that flicker of faith, and He'll take care of the rest. You've been faithful with little, and now He's about to trust you with more. The season of lack is giving way to abundance, not just in things, but in joy, in purpose, and in peace. Type 1919 to receive miracles in Jesus' name. You might feel like you don't deserve what's coming. Maybe you've made mistakes. Maybe you've doubted, stumbled, or even turned away in your pain. But God isn't waiting for you to be perfect. He already chose you knowing every failure, every weakness, every scar. His love doesn't come with conditions. His grace isn't earned, it's freely poured out. And it's pouring over you now, washing away shame, lifting off burdens, and making all things new. You're not too late. You're not too broken. You're exactly where God can reach you. Picture a field that has looked dry for years. The soil cracked, the flowers gone. Then, one morning, the rain begins. Slowly at first, just a few drops. Then steadily, the sky opens, and the ground drinks deep. Soon, life begins to return. The roots hidden all along start pushing upward again, breaking through, blooming. That's what is happening to your heart. God is raining His love over you, soaking into places that felt dead. Hope is rising. Joy is returning. And something beautiful is about to grow. Let this message settle deep into your spirit. Let it calm the restless thoughts and anxious feelings. Let it remind you that God has not forgotten you. He's not blind to your suffering, and He's not silent about your future. He is moving. Even now. Even here. And when His hand moves, everything changes. Doors open that were once bolted shut. Chains fall off without a sound. Healing begins in places you didn't even know were wounded. That's the power of His presence. Quiet, yet overwhelming. Gentle, yet unstoppable. Some blessings take time because they require your heart to be ready to carry them. God doesn't just want to give you something for a moment, He wants to give you something that will last, something rooted in His love and not in circumstance. So while you've been waiting, He's been strengthening you. He's been building something in your soul that can hold what's coming. You're not being punished. You're being prepared. And soon, you'll understand why it took so long. There will be a day, not far from now, when you'll look back and see this moment as a turning point. Not because everything changed overnight, but because something changed in you. Your heart became softer. Your faith became deeper. And your eyes, once filled with tears, began to see God's fingerprints everywhere. You will no longer just believe in miracles, you will live in the middle of one. And you'll know, without doubt, that God did it. Hold on, beloved soul. Stay close to Him. Keep breathing. Keep hoping. Keep leaning on the love that never runs out. God is doing something new, something personal, something eternal. What's coming for you has never been seen before, because it was crafted specifically for you. Your story is not like anyone else's. Your miracle won't be either. That's why the wait has felt so long, because heaven was designing something that fits only your heart. So now, as you breathe in these words, let your soul begin to rest. Not in what you can do, but in what He's already done. The weight of worry can fall off your shoulders now. The ache of waiting can be exchanged for the joy of expectation. You are not forgotten. You are not forsaken. You are being lifted into a season of goodness so full, it will make you forget the nights you spent crying. You are not waiting for random favor, you are walking into a promise. God doesn't make empty declarations. When He says good news is coming, it is already on its way. You don't have to chase it. It will find you. Because it's not just news, it's destiny. A divine appointment wrapped in grace. A new beginning with your name written on it. Through it all, He never left. And now, the breakthrough your soul has been aching for is on its way. Not just any breakthrough, but one shaped by His love, wrapped in His mercy, and sent with your name written gently across it. Type 666 if you trust Jesus even in the silence. You may not realize how far you've come because your focus has been on surviving, on simply making it through each day. But God saw every step you took when the ground beneath your feet felt unstable. He counted every tear that fell without witness, and He recorded every moment you chose faith over fear, even when fear pressed in from every side. You are stronger than you know, not because of your own power, but because the strength of Christ has carried you this far, and it's that same strength that will carry you forward. There's a holy shift happening, quiet and certain, like the dawn creeping over the horizon after a long, cold night. It doesn't come with noise or spectacle, but with stillness and clarity. That's how God works, softly, but with power. The wind of His presence is moving through your life, and it's about to push open doors you thought were sealed shut. Where you once saw emptiness, He is planting abundance. Where you felt forgotten, He is placing favor. What seemed like the end is becoming the start of something brand new. What if wealth was never about luck, but a hidden brain signal buried in CIA files? This frequency is opening doors, attracting opportunities, and changing lives quickly. Thousands are already using it to attract wealth like never before. Click the link in the description and comments now and activate the money-attracting brainwave today. This isn't a story of loss anymore, it's becoming a story of restoration. What you thought was gone forever is being rebuilt by the hands of grace. There were things you loved that slipped through your fingers, dreams you buried because the world told you they were impossible. But God never buried them. He kept them safe, hidden in the shelter of His will, waiting for the right moment to return them to you, whole, healed, and better than before. This is that moment. Type "yes" to affirm that your story is not over. Think of how long you've walked with pain quietly tucked into your heart, never letting it show too much, trying to stay strong for others while wondering if anyone saw your struggle. God saw. And not only did He see, but He cared deeply. He never turned away. In fact, He drew closer. Every breath you've taken in pain has been held by a Savior who understands suffering. Jesus didn't watch from a distance. He walked through sorrow, loss, rejection, and death so that you would never have to walk alone. Now He walks with you into healing, into freedom, into joy that no one can steal and no circumstance can shake. Not because you've earned it, but because His love is that good. Because His heart for you is full of compassion and kindness. You may have been waiting for things to get better, but Jesus has been preparing something far greater than better. He's been shaping a miracle that will fit your soul like a key fits a lock, opening up places that have been shut for years. There's something sacred about waiting. It teaches you to listen closely, to lean into God's presence, to see with spiritual eyes what others overlook. And while waiting often feels like standing still, in truth, it is often the most active season in the kingdom of God. That's where He does the deep work, in the quiet soil of surrender, in the silent space where you trust even when there are no signs. And because you stayed faithful in that hidden place, He's about to bring you into a season of visibility. A season where what's been growing underground finally breaks through and blossoms. You're going to see things shift around you, relationships, opportunities, doors that swing wide open where before there were only walls. But more importantly, you're going to feel something shift within you. A peace that no longer wavers. A joy that bubbles up from the inside, not tied to circumstances but rooted in truth. A confidence that doesn't shout but speaks quietly, God is with me, and that is enough. The pain you've endured hasn't been in vain. It has softened you in all the right places and strengthened you in all the others. It has taught you compassion, deepened your dependence on God, and made space for a grace that flows through your life like a river. That grace will touch others. You'll begin to see how your wounds become places of healing, not only for yourself but for those around you. You'll find yourself comforting others not with empty words, but with a peace you found in the fire. And when your miracle arrives, and it will, you won't feel rushed or overwhelmed. You'll feel ready. You'll look back and understand that every delay, every closed door, every "not yet" was preparing you for this exact moment. You'll breathe in the goodness of God not as a distant hope but as a present reality. You'll realize He wasn't just getting things ready for you, He was getting you ready for them. Don't give up now. Don't walk away just as heaven is opening the windows wide. The things you've dreamed of, the things you stopped praying for because you were too tired to hope, they are not too far gone. They're closer than you think. God is already moving, already speaking your name in the halls of heaven, already orchestrating details you couldn't plan if you tried. Let your heart be still. Let your soul breathe again. You are safe here, in His promise, in His timing, in His love. The good news is already written. It's already coming. And it's coming with beauty, with clarity, with the unmistakable signature of a God who never fails. Every silent battle, every quiet tear, and every tired prayer have mattered more than you know. Now, something new is beginning. It may still feel small, like a whisper in the wind, but it is the sound of change. The storm is passing, and joy is about to rise like the sun. Type 2323 if you agree that something good is on its way. So often, we expect God to move in ways we can see, loud, clear, undeniable moments. But more often, He moves softly, like the gentle lapping of waves on a shore, slowly but surely changing the landscape of our lives. You might have grown weary waiting for the big moment, the sudden miracle, but while you waited, God was planting seeds that are now ready to bloom. He never forgot your name. He never stopped caring. He has been with you through it all, preparing you to receive what He's always wanted to give you. You've been tested, yes. Life has stretched you in places you didn't know could bend. It's asked more of you than you thought you had to give. And yet, here you are, still breathing, still hoping, still standing. That's not weakness. That's strength. That's endurance. That's the evidence that God has been holding you up when you didn't have the strength to hold yourself. Don't minimize your journey just because you haven't seen the outcome yet. The miracle isn't just in what's coming. It's also in how far you've already come. You are closer than you've ever been to the life you've been praying for. Not because everything will suddenly be perfect, but because God's hand is guiding every detail now. The detours weren't delays without reason, they were divine redirections. The doors that closed weren't punishments, they were protections. And the people who left weren't part of the future God is building for you. You didn't lose what was meant for you. You were released from what was never yours to keep. Type 2020 to claim miracles with a faithful heart. A 7-second at-home ritual, scientifically proven by neuroscience labs and hidden for decades in CIA files, is now public, and people are seeing money flow into their lives. Scientists say it activates a brain pathway linked to abundance. Click the link in the comments below before this knowledge disappears again. There is something sacred about starting again. And that's what God is offering you now. Not a continuation of old pain, not a repeat of former disappointments, but a brand new beginning crafted with love. You've been walking through a hallway of in-between, unsure of what's ahead, hesitant to leave what's behind. But now the door is opening, and light is spilling through. It's time to walk through, not in fear, but in faith. God is not asking you to be perfect. He's not asking you to have all the answers. He's simply asking you to keep trusting Him, even with trembling hands. He knows how tired you are. He knows how long you've waited. And He also knows the exact moment when everything changes. That moment is coming closer. It's not just an idea, not just a hope, it's a certainty sealed by His promise. There will be mornings soon when you wake up and feel something different. The weight you once carried will feel lighter. The fear you once held will be replaced by courage. You'll breathe deeper. Smile without forcing it. And laugh from a place that hasn't felt joy in a long time. That's what happens when God restores. He doesn't just patch things together, He makes them new. Whole. Stronger than before. And when the blessing comes, and it will, you'll look around and realize it was worth every tear. Not because the pain didn't hurt, but because the healing was greater. You'll see how God took your broken pieces and made something beautiful. Not by fixing what was lost, but by creating something even more meaningful. That's the kind of goodness He gives, not just enough to cover the wound, but enough to turn it into testimony. You won't need to explain how it happened. People will see it. They'll feel the peace in your presence. They'll notice the glow in your eyes, the calm in your spirit, the strength in your voice. That's what grace looks like when it settles into the soul. It becomes unshakable. Quiet, but powerful. And it draws others not to you, but to the God who held you through the storm. The emergency in your life wasn't to frighten you, it was to awaken you. To remind you that heaven is still active, still personal, still deeply involved in your story. God's timing may have seemed confusing, even painful. But now, with each passing day, the picture is becoming clearer. He hasn't just been moving around you. He's been transforming you from within. You are not who you were when this started. You are softer in the right places, wiser in the deep places, and stronger in the hidden places. That's the mark of God's hand on a life, the quiet transformation that doesn't seek attention but radiates peace. You'll begin to walk differently, not from pride but from assurance. Not because everything is easy, but because you know you're not walking alone. So keep your heart open. Keep your eyes lifted. Let hope take root again, even if it's just a small seed. Water it with your prayers. Feed it with faith. And let it grow in the light of God's promises. There is more for you than what you've seen. There is healing for the places that still ache. And there is joy for the moments that felt hollow. You will not be left in the waiting room forever. The doors are opening. The news is coming. And it will be better than you imagined. God says, "Be still now and listen closely, not just with your ears, but with your heart." You've carried questions, burdens, and fears so heavy that your soul has grown tired of trying. But I have been walking beside you through every silent cry, through every moment when hope felt too far to reach. I have not left you, not for 1 second. My hand has been holding yours, even when you didn't feel it. And now, in this very season, something is shifting. Your breakthrough is no longer a distant dream. It is coming close, wrapped in peace, filled with light, and sealed with my love. Type 1111 if you trust in God's plan more than your understanding. There are moments when life feels like a slow unfolding of pain. Everything seems paused, prayers feel unanswered, and each day brings more silence than change. But in the silence, I have been working. I have been shaping you gently, carving away the sorrow, preparing you for what only I can give. You may not see it, but your heart has grown deeper, your faith has taken root, and your spirit has been trained to endure. That wasn't punishment, it was preparation. And now the time has come to move from survival to celebration. I know there have been nights when you stared at the ceiling and wondered if I had forgotten you. I know the mornings you got up, forced a smile, and carried on even when your heart felt empty. That perseverance didn't go unnoticed. That faith, even when it was quiet, was louder in heaven than you realize. You've kept walking, even when the road made no sense, and for that, you are about to be rewarded, not just with answers, but with abundance, joy, healing, and restoration. You see, I don't bless like the world blesses. I don't give what fades or what crumbles. I give what lasts. I give what heals from the inside out. My gifts don't just change your life, they restore your heart. And that's what's coming now. Not because you earned it, but because I love you more than your mind can comprehend. There's a place in my heart where your name is written, and every promise I've made to you is still alive, still active, and still unfolding right on time. Type Amen if you believe your season is changing by God's grace. You are not behind. You are not forgotten. You are not broken beyond repair. The enemy may have whispered lies into your heart, but I am removing every single one. The voices of fear, doubt, and shame are being silenced. My voice, the one that speaks life, hope, and peace, is rising now. And it's saying, you are mine. You are loved. You are chosen. You are enough. You don't need to be more or do more to be worthy of this love, it's already yours. A classified 7-second morning ritual, once buried in CIA files, is quietly transforming financial lives. In under 30 seconds, it helps shift the mind from scarcity to wealth, with many reporting surprise income and peace. Click the link in the comments below before the page is removed. You've been faithful with your little, and now I will entrust you with much. What's coming will not only bless you, it will overflow into those around you. Your story will be a testimony. The pain you endured will help others heal. The joy that's coming will shine like a lighthouse for souls still wandering in darkness. I'm not just blessing you, I'm transforming you into a vessel of light and love. Don't be afraid of the new. Don't let the shadows of your past dim the beauty of what I'm bringing into your life now. The pain you've walked through may have left scars, but those scars are holy, they are proof that you made it. They are reminders that even in your lowest moments, my grace was stronger than the storm. Let those scars remind you that you were never alone. Your time of mourning is coming to an end. The chapter of loss is closing, and a new chapter is beginning, one written in joy, lined with hope, and filled with moments you thought you would never get to experience. The smile that once felt forced will become natural again. The laughter you held back will rise without effort. The peace you begged me for is arriving gently, like morning light spilling through your window. You won't need to fight anymore for what's already yours. You won't have to chase after love or approval. My love is pursuing you. My favor is finding you. My miracles are walking right into your life with gentle steps, steady and sure. You can let go now, of the fear, of the past, of the weight. You can breathe again. You can rest, because I'm holding it all together for you. This next season will be marked not by striving, but by resting in me. You don't need to earn what's coming. You only need to be present, to trust me one step at a time. I'll guide you. I'll provide for you. I'll protect you. You are not doing this alone. Every moment has been leading to this, every delay, every redirection, every painful goodbye. Nothing was wasted. All of it was shaping the beautiful season that now stands before you. And as it unfolds, you will see my fingerprints on every detail. From the unexpected opportunities to the quiet nudges of peace, you'll know it was me. You'll see how I aligned everything perfectly, not a day too soon or too late. You'll realize that what you thought was the end was actually me clearing space for the new. You'll remember this moment, not as the time when everything fell apart, but as the time everything began to fall into place. This is the hour of hope. The hour of answered prayers. The hour when your spirit will rise again, stronger, steadier, and more joyful than ever. You will no longer walk with your head bowed in weariness. You will walk lifted, with purpose, with praise, with a heart full of thankfulness. Because I am not just restoring what was lost, I am giving you more than you asked for, more than you imagined, more than you believed could ever be yours. So take this moment and let your soul settle. Let the fear drain away. Let my love wash over you like rain falling on dry ground. Let your heart open again to receive, not just a blessing, but an encounter with my goodness so powerful, it changes you forever. You are ready. You are seen. You are deeply loved. You have endured quietly, chosen kindness in the face of weariness, and continued to believe when nothing around you gave you a reason to. Heaven has seen it all. And now, the time has come. The delay is lifting. The dry season is ending. The rain is on the horizon, and the ground you thought was barren is about to burst into bloom. Type 222 if you believe God is about to turn everything around for good. You may not have seen the signs, but deep beneath the surface, God has been working. His hand has been shaping every detail with love. His timing has been flawless, even if it felt painful. You weren't forgotten. You weren't overlooked. You were being prepared, pruned, refined, readied for something so beautiful it couldn't be rushed. Sometimes, the greatest gifts take time, not because God is distant, but because He is crafting something that will last, something that will bless not just your life, but many others through you. There's a peace beginning to settle where anxiety once lived. There's a light breaking through where fear used to dwell. This isn't just a new chapter, it's a new story, with a fresh beginning written in mercy, healing, and joy. God isn't returning you to what was. He's taking you into something brand new. Something you've never seen before. Something you dared not even ask for because it felt too big, too good, too far from the reality you've lived in for so long. But what's coming isn't impossible. It's promised. You are not at the edge of defeat, you are at the edge of victory. And not the kind of victory that comes from striving or proving or chasing. This is the kind of victory that comes when you've surrendered, when you've let go, when all that's left is trust. God meets us in our surrender. Not to punish us, but to pour out grace. Not to leave us empty, but to fill us in ways we never thought possible. The good news that's coming will not only surprise you, it will humble you. It will soften your heart in the most holy way. You'll weep, not from sadness, but from overwhelming thankfulness. You'll understand why the wait was necessary. Why the road was so long. Why the pain had to break you open in order to fill you with something eternal. And you'll never again question whether God sees you. Because in that moment, everything will be made clear. Type 555 if you trust that God is about to restore all that was lost and more. There is a divine stillness in the air right before everything changes. A quiet reassurance that can't be explained, only felt. And if you pause right now and breathe in deeply, you'll feel it too. That gentle pull in your spirit. That stirring in your heart. It's heaven letting you know that it's time. The shift is real. The miracle is real. The breakthrough is no longer a distant hope, it's on the doorstep. Do you know, inside your brain is a small region linked to wealth and success, once buried in restricted research and hidden in CIA files. This newly revealed frequency is helping people replace stress with financial ease, and God has guided you here. Click the link in the description and comments to activate this hidden brain wave now. You're about to receive answers to prayers you forgot you even prayed. Dreams you tucked away because life became too heavy are about to rise again, full of color and life. The parts of you that were silent from pain will find their voice again, not in sorrow, but in songs of praise. God isn't just fixing a few things in your life, He's making all things new. Every broken part, every forgotten promise, every empty place is being filled with something sacred. There will be no striving in this season. No begging. No fear. You will walk in peace. You will wake up with clarity. You will lie down in rest. The things that used to worry you will lose their power. The people who hurt you will no longer hold your joy. The shame that once weighed you down will fall away like dust in the wind. Because where God is leading you, there's no room for what once broke you. There's only space for what heals, what restores, what builds. Let your soul breathe now. Let it believe again, not just in the possibility of good things, but in the certainty of God's goodness. He hasn't brought you this far to leave you. He hasn't spoken promises over your life to let them fall away. You are about to see the fullness of what He meant when He said, "I am with you always." Not just in theory. Not just in concept. But in reality, in moments, in blessings you can touch, feel, and live out loud. What's coming will feel like light pouring into a dark room. It will bring warmth to the cold places inside you, comfort to the places you hid in silence. And the best part? It will come gently. God isn't arriving to shake you. He's coming to hold you, to lift you, to remind you that you were never forgotten, never unworthy, never too late. His love was always on time. And now is the time. The people who doubted you, the voices that mocked your hope, the lies that tried to bury your spirit, none of them will have power over what's about to bloom in your life. Because this is God's doing. This is His hand, His heart, His timing. And when He moves, no one and nothing can stop it. This is not a coincidence. These words reached you for a reason. Heaven aligned this moment so that you could know, without a doubt, that your story is still being written with love. That your name is still whispered in holy places. That your life is still unfolding under the watchful care of the One who formed you. So walk forward gently. Let hope lead the way. Be expectant. Not anxious. Grateful. Not fearful. You've walked through enough wilderness. It's time to step into the garden God has prepared. It's time to live in the light of His promises. But now, the winds are changing direction. The night is lifting. The heavy clouds that once surrounded your heart are parting, and in their place, the light of heaven is beginning to shine through. Something good is coming. Something holy. Something made just for you. Type Amen if you believe this word is for you. You've been faithful in the quiet. You've been strong in the stillness. You've kept walking even when you didn't know where the road was leading. That's the kind of heart that touches heaven. That's the kind of faith that God moves for. The days when you felt like giving up but didn't, those days meant more than you realize. They were moments of sacred trust, moments that heaven remembered. And now, those days are about to bloom into blessings. Not everything will make sense right away. But what's coming will bring clarity. You'll start to see why some doors had to close, why some people had to leave, and why certain things didn't happen when you thought they would. It wasn't because you were forgotten. It was because God was protecting the promise He placed inside you. He was covering you until the time was right, and now, that time is drawing near. You're not too late. You're not too early. You're right on time for what heaven has prepared. It's okay to admit that you're tired. That you've had moments of doubt. That you've questioned how much longer you can hold on. God doesn't turn away from tired hearts, He draws closer. He isn't waiting for you to be strong. He's ready to carry you through the last part of this journey and into the promise. You won't have to fight for it. You won't have to chase it. The blessings coming your way are going to meet you right where you are, in the middle of your ordinary day, in the middle of your quiet trust. Type 1010 if you receive this breakthrough from God with a thankful heart. The way God works isn't always loud, but it's always sure. He moves in whispers and sudden moments of peace. He speaks in the calm after the storm, in the gentle nudge of your spirit when everything finally starts to feel lighter. That's what you're entering now, a season of lightness. The burdens you've carried are being lifted, not because they disappeared, but because God is taking them from your hands. You don't need to carry what was never yours to bear alone. You're about to see healing in places you didn't even realize were broken. Sometimes, we get so used to carrying pain, we forget how it feels to live without it. But God hasn't forgotten. He knows every wound, every scar, and every prayer you prayed through gritted teeth and silent tears. Those prayers weren't lost. They didn't vanish into the air. They reached the throne of God, and He answered, quietly at first, then with power. You'll begin to feel it, in your heart, in your mind, in the spaces where pain used to echo. This isn't a temporary relief. This is lasting restoration. You're not just stepping into a good moment, you're stepping into a good season. One where peace becomes your new normal, where joy doesn't have to be chased, and where God's presence is felt in every detail. You'll wake up with purpose. You'll walk through your days with a quiet confidence. And you'll rest at night without fear, because you'll know, God is with you, and that's more than enough. Financial freedom is not about effort, but activating a hidden brain signal once buried in CIA files. Neuroscience shows this sound wave helps attract money and opportunity faster, and thousands are already seeing unexpected income. Click the link in the description and comments now to activate the ancient money wave today. Let the past go now, not because it didn't matter, but because it no longer defines you. You're not walking in shame anymore. You're not carrying guilt. You're not bound by what you used to believe about yourself. You are loved. You are chosen. You are healed. And you are about to see just how personal and powerful God's love truly is. It's not distant. It's not delayed. It's here. Right now. Reaching you through every line of this message, holding you even when you can't feel it. You're going to see beauty return to your life, not just in the big things, but in the small, everyday moments. In a smile that feels real again. In a conversation that warms your heart. In the way your chest doesn't feel so heavy anymore. That's what healing looks like. And it's not far off. It's already beginning. Even now, something inside you is shifting. You can feel it. The tears are softer. The fear is quieter. The peace is stronger. You'll no longer have to prove your worth. God never asked you to. He sees you as worthy because He created you in love. His favor isn't something you earn. It's something He gives freely, because that's who He is. And in this new season, you'll begin to walk in that favor, not with pride, but with peace. You'll understand that you were never too broken, never too far gone, never too lost to be found by His grace. Let these words settle into your soul. Let them be a reminder on the hard days and a song on the good ones. You are not forgotten. You are not abandoned. You are not overlooked. You are loved, cherished, chosen, and held by the one who never fails. And He is doing something beautiful in your life, something quiet but unstoppable. You don't have to see the whole picture. You just have to trust that the artist is still painting. Soon, you will look back at this moment not with sorrow, but with awe. You'll see how every broken piece fit together in the end. You'll see how nothing was wasted. And most of all, you'll see how deeply God loved you through it all. This journey hasn't been easy. You've faced more than people know. You've hidden your pain behind gentle smiles, kept moving when your strength was gone, and given love even when your heart was still healing. That kind of resilience does not go unseen in my eyes. I have watched you rise after every fall, and I have counted every tear that you cried behind closed doors. Every ounce of your pain has a purpose, and every stretch of your suffering is being transformed into strength. I've never wasted a single moment of your life, and I won't start now. There's something sacred that happens when a soul breaks open. It makes space for me to pour in my grace more deeply than ever before. And that's what I've been doing. While you've been trying to stay afloat, I've been anchoring you. While you've been searching for peace, I've been planting it. You may not have felt me, but I was never far. And now, you're about to see the fruit of every hidden season. The time in the wilderness was not punishment. It was preparation. There were things I needed to heal in you first. Old wounds. Quiet doubts. Heavy regrets. I didn't want to just give you a miracle. I wanted you to be whole enough to live in it, to receive it without fear, and to hold it without losing yourself. And now, you are ready. Even if you still feel uncertain, even if your faith is quiet, you are ready. Because your readiness doesn't depend on perfection, it depends on your heart staying open. And your heart, though bruised, is still open. That is enough.